Creatures of the night, it's your girl Tati. Let's talk about the first AEW pay per view of the year, AEW Revolution, which is going to be Sunday, March 9th in Los Angeles. Now, we have a stack card. We have 9 matches on the main card, and we also have so far, just one pre show match. And y'all know Tony Khan's going to add much more matches for the pre-show. I don't see any other matches being added onto the main card. Now, I'm looking forward to this show. This show, I would say a lot of it is rematches. And while that's not necessarily a bad thing, I do feel like this is the turning point for a lot of these storylines where we're going to resolve things, or we're going to end things, or we're just getting started. So let's take a look here at what we got going on for Revolution. All right, so for those of you who have been asking the $1,000,000 question, how am I going to watch Revolution? Well, here are your options. We have Prime Video. They have just signed a deal with Amazon Prime. You can watch the pay-per-view there. Obviously, cable satellite, pay money for the pay-per-views through your cable provider. Also, Triller TV, payperview.com. You can also even go to like the movie theaters also to watch this, Dave and Buster's and things like that. YouTube as well. So for those of you who have been asking if the pay-per-view is going to be on Max, it is not going to be streaming on Max. So it is still a $49.99 price tag on the pay-per-view. I know a lot of people are disappointed about that. That is news that came out yesterday where they finally put that information out there, because I think a lot of people were confused in terms of what they were going to be doing when it came to the pay-per-view. People were hoping that it would be part of the Max subscription, since they have been moving all their pay-per-views over on Max. So I can understand why people did think that at some point. Now, these are the options in terms of watching. If you know anything else in terms of other ways to watch, go ahead and watch however it is that you watch, and enjoy the show. I'm pretty sure it's going to be great. So let's take a look at the matches we have on the card. All right, our pre-show match, the only pre-show match that they have announced so far, we have Johnny TV teaming up with MXM Collection. They're going to be going against Whack Ass Orange Cassidy, Pastor Briscoe, and the Pizza Man. His kid, I guess, is going to be ringside or some shit like that. I don't know, and I don't care. This is just one of those things where they're working with these social media influencers that are supposed to help bring people to watch the show. I don't know if this is inspiring anyone who isn't wrestling fans to watch the show. Personally, this whole thing here, I don't care about. I do think that they're going to be adding other matches to this pre-show, so maybe we'll see something better. But in terms of like what's the main attraction for the pre-show, you guys know that this will be it right before they open the main card. In my opinion, I do believe that the baby faces in this situation is going to end up taking the win. However, there have been recent interesting developments with Pastor Briscoe, who got into it with Gabe Kidd the other day after, I think, Collision. Yes, after Collision. And I wouldn't be surprised if Gabe Kidd popped up, made that trip from Japan, because he did just do that show yesterday, and probably end up popping up in LA and getting his hands on Pastor Briscoe, even costing him the match. That is a possibility, so we'll see. I'm not sure. You guys, let me know what your predictions are down below. What if we have predictions or not, or if we're just here to see pretty old me talk about wrestling, that's okay too. Let's move on to the main card. We have a stack card here with matches. Now, I put the matches in not necessarily a particular order, except for the last two. We have the Continental title on the line, Okada versus Brody King. Now, y'all already know Buddy Matthews is at home injured, but he is doing better than the rest of us, married to Rhea Ripley, so, don't have to worry about him. So here is Brody King coming in, stepping in to go against Okada. I love both of these guys. However, I still don't see this title going anywhere. I would have been so cool with Brody King finally getting his hands on a singles title. And even if he doesn't win, I would love to see Okada actually doing a little bit more with this title to add some prestige to it. Because honestly, I feel like we've barely seen anything when it comes to the Continental title. My pick here is Okada retaining. So, MJF, Hangman, Adam Page. This right here, I think is going to be absolutely nuts. These guys are going to probably end up killing each other before somebody ends up taking the win here. To be honest, this is very unpredictable when it comes to this one because this is the start of their feud. I believe there's definitely going to be a series of matches, at least 3 matches with these guys, and they're going to continue. So in my opinion, I don't care necessarily who ends up taking the win here. What I am hoping for is that later on this year, we do get a chance to see Hangman with the world title. So fingers crossed for Hangman. So I'm not sure what's going to end up happening here. I am a little biased to MJF. I'm cool with it going either way here. I think I'm going to go with Hangman for the first win between these two. Now, Swerve Strickland. Oh, why he looks so cute here. I like this picture. This is cute. Versus Ricochet. I am impressed with what we've been seeing Ricochet do as of late. I think he has absolutely nailed it. I love this character that he's doing right now. This is him getting an opportunity to just do stuff that he didn't get a chance to do over, in the older company. And I'm happy that he's getting an opportunity to show how great of a wrestler he is, well-rounded wrestler. In this case, though, this is a number 1 contendership match. Whoever wins this match will go against whomever it is at the end of the night that's going to be holding the world title. In my opinion, I would prefer to see Swerve taking the win. Ricochet, if he wins, I'm going to feel less confident about him getting an opportunity to actually win that damn title from whoever is going to be champion. So in my opinion, I would prefer for it to be Swerve. People are also saying that Prince Nana will turn on Swerve by the end of this match. I'm not sure. I would rather still see Prince Nana with Swerve. I don't think it'll be beneficial for Ricochet, who's finally finding his voice right now in wrestling, to have a manager who's going to be doing all the talking for him. So for me, I'm hoping for Swerve for the win. All right, we have the AEW Tag Championships on the line. Hurt Syndicate versus the Outrunners. I really like both of these teams. I know Tony Khan shocked everybody when they ended up putting the Outrunners in this match instead of the Murder Machines, which is Brian Cage and Lance Archer. With that being said, because the Hurt Syndicate did distract them while they were having their match to qualify to go against them, maybe we'll see the Murder Machines probably get involved in some way to distract the Hurt Syndicate. I don't see this title going anywhere. There's just no way that the Outrunners are going to end up taking the win. I love the Outrunners, but this is not the time. We are not playing, especially with their first title defense at a pay-per-view. Hurt Syndicate, we're not even worried about it. Them titles ain't going nowhere. All right, for the TBS title, we have Mercedes going against Momo Watanabe. I've already seen these two go at it already a few months back at Capital Collision in New Japan. They had the match for the New Japan Women's title, so that was for a different title, and they tore it up. So they have really great chemistry. So for anybody who didn't see that match, don't worry about it. The chemistry will be great between them. But because the TBS title's on the line, I don't see Momo taking the win at all. If it would have been the New Japan title, maybe there would have been a little bit more of a chance of me believing that Momo would take the win. But that's not the case here. She's going to win. Now, I have heard people say that Mercedes may be somewhere upper on the card, higher up on the card than the women's title, which would be absolutely insane if that would be the case. I hope that's not the route that they're going with. It does feel like what's going on with Mariah and Tony seems to be more important. I would definitely have them way up in the card. Some people are even saying that it should be the main event of the show. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. TBS title, it ain't going nowhere. We're not even worried about it. Now, one other thing that people have not said yet about the pay-per-view is how we've seen recently that our forever champion Athena, little friend Billy Starks, has had 2 run-ins with our CEO. This could be perhaps the start of Athena and CEO. Maybe Athena might pop up after the end of the match and have like a little stare down with Mercedes. Something like that would be amazing. Tony Khan, please, we have been asking about Athena to come on up onto AEW. We want to see her there. I would love to see this summer at All In for it to be Mercedes versus Athena. Will we get that? If y'all start praying now, there might be a chance that that'll happen. Now, the steel cage match, William Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher. If Kyle Fletcher don't win, Tony Khan, I know you are in Los Angeles and I'm going to pull up on you. There is no reason why Kyle Fletcher should lose this at all. There's no reason at all. William, since he's been in the company, he has taken a couple of L's. Probably I can count on my hand, one hand, how many times he's taken the L. It's constantly William winning everything. He is definitely the top guy. Well, not the top guy, but one of the top guys in this company. And I just want to see Kyle Fletcher being on top in this situation. I have been following Kyle Fletcher very closely for about 2 years now, him being part of Aussie Open. He's an amazing tag team specialist with Mark Davis, and I enjoyed them together as a team, and I do miss them. I really do miss them together. However, what I've been seeing him do as a singles competitor this past year or so has just been amazing, absolutely amazing, and he needs this win. He really does. This whole thing is about Kyle Fletcher showing everybody that he is better than William. And he doesn't really need to prove that, to be honest with you, because I think he's showing people how great he is, not just in the ring. We could work a little bit on the promo, the fashions. He's doing it with the fashions, but we can have a little bit more. And having this win in a steel cage match would be amazing. We did have a little bit of confliction here with Mark Davis, who was supposed to be attacking Will Ospreay at Dynamite. He was feeling some type of way to see everybody ganging up on William, and they made sure he fell in line. There was like, hey, get yourself together and beat up William. He ended up taking the chair and ended up hitting Will Ospreay in the back with the chair, but he looked like he didn't want to do it. And they told him to get his ass up out of here so that they could take care of business from there, because he has his heart in this whole thing where it's just like, hey, look, wrestling about friendship or whatever. Sometimes you got to whoop somebody's ass, even if you kind of like them. So we might see something where perhaps we'll see Mark Davis maybe even helping Will Ospreay. Honestly, I would prefer Mark Davis to get in line and keep himself within Don Callis' family, because I think that will work out better for him in the long run. Kyle Fletcher better win. Oh my God. Kenneth Omega versus Konosuke Takeshita. Takeshita obviously being the champion here with the international title. And if y'all have not seen Takeshita, I have seen every single match Takeshita has had with this title. And I'm talking about all the international matches that he's had, all the matches that he's had within AEW since he's been holding this title. This man is fucking it. He is it, okay? Them calling him the Alpha is not for no reason. This is the future of pro wrestling, and he's been showing it for quite some time. And I have been absolutely impressed by Takeshita. And honestly, I do wish that he can get some promo time and do some talking. But we have Uncle Don who's doing all the talking for him. Once in a while, we'll hear Takeshita say a sentence or two. But damn, he is the absolute future here. However, Kenny Omega little promo from the other day on Collision is making me really feel like shit. Kenny might take this title off of Takeshita. And maybe I'm being a little biased here because I do love both of them. But what I've seen Takeshita do, I'm not ready for him to drop this title. And you know what, Kenny? Why don't you just focus on getting your hands on the AEW World title? How about that? Leave Takeshita alone with the little international title. Let him do what he's doing. He's doing the Lord's work. I'm not ready to see Takeshita lose this. However, this is Kenny Omega we're talking about. Takeshita had to qualify as champion to go against Kenny for this match for his own damn title. So y'all already know that it's not looking good for Takeshita. Even if Takeshita loses, he does also have the New Japan Never Open Weight Championship. So he still got something It ain't what we want him to have, but he'll still have something. And then Kenny Omega will be doing something with the international title. I don't know, whatever the situation is. Kenny, I love you, but I actually see Kenny taking this title off of Takeshita, and I am not ready for it. I am going to have my tissues nearby because this one's going to hurt my heart. All right. The Hollywood ending, Mariah May versus the women's champion, Timeless Toni Storm. Tony Khan, these girls can beat each other up till there's barely an inch of life left. I don't want to see this no more. I don't want to see this no more. Hey, I have loved the story from top to bottom. I actually have the promos. Everything has been done. Definitely one of AEW's best stories that they've done, for sure. However, we don't want to keep dragging this out until like everybody's just like sick of it. We are at the point where it's like, this is it. If you do anything else, you're going to kill the story. You really will kill the story. Hey, this is no holds barred, false count anywhere. Tony Khan gonna have to sign a waiver and say, look, whatever happens with you two, AEW not responsible. We're gonna get to that point, okay? I cannot wait to see what happens here between them. Is Toni Storm gonna lose? I don't see her losing for nothing at all. There's just no way she's losing this. Mariah May, this is gonna be a really great showing for her, and at some point, you know, she gonna lose and she gonna go home and probably rebrand herself, take a break or something, I don't know. But Toni Storm is not losing this at all. I could see this definitely being one of the best matches of the night. I can't wait to see Toni Storm retain. And then from there, Toni Storm, we'll see what we'll do with you as champion. But this story has to be done. Has to be done. And for our main event, which I'm not hearing enough people talk about, which is interesting to me, for the world title, we have Jon Moxley versus Uncle Adam Cole. This right here, I'm actually looking forward to. It's a match that we actually never even seen. Why not be excited about this? I am a little conflicted because this match can go in so many ways. By the end of the night, so many different things could happen here. We already know the Death Riders, everybody has been taken out physically except Wheeler Yuta. Wheeler Yuta, he had that match with Cope on Dynamite. He lost. And then Cope is telling him some nonsense thing about respect and all that shit, shaking his hand or whatever. And that had Wheeler Yuta feeling some type of way. When Moxley came out there, he didn't even want to hear what Moxley had to say. And they pretty much left you wondering, is Wheeler Yuta going to be at the corner of Moxley? And it seemed like he's not, especially after Wheeler Yuta ended up walking away from Moxley. Now, here we are. These two going at it. Personally, the Death Riders thing, as much as I love everybody in that group, I'm a little over it. I would not mind seeing Moxley retain. Don't throw your tomatoes at me. Don't all throw your tomatoes at me. I personally would not mind seeing it. However, if Adam Copeland wins, he got two things he needs to worry about. There is that one thing. Jay White did say he was going to be out there to watch his little friend Cope take the win and win the title, and that could be Jay White turning on Adam Copeland and whatnot, and pretty much putting himself in the title scene, which kind of really won't matter in a way because the winner between Ricochet and Swerve most likely will be next in terms of in line for a title shot. So we'll see about that. So that's one possibility. But the thing that I'm counting on the most, if Adam Copeland wins, is our stepdaddy Christian getting involved. Now, if Jon Moxley wins, that will be because Wheeler Yuta came on out there. And I'm kind of betting on it, that Wheeler Yuta's going to come on out there. He's going to come to his senses and he's going to help Jon Moxley retain. That is likely, very likely. Because I don't see Wheeler Yuta leaving this group anytime soon. He needs them because everybody in the company, everybody in the crowd hates him. Now, when it comes to Adam Copeland winning, we can see our stepdaddy coming out there with the Money in the Bank clipboard and to go cash in. Now, remember, everybody in the Death Riders have been taken out. Okay, they've all been taken out. So Jon Moxley at this point have to basically not be alive for this, and our stepdaddy comes on out there to cash in on Cope. Our stepdaddy will come on out there with Kip Sabian, Mama Wayne, and Mick Wayne to make sure that he can, get this title off of him. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. What's a pay-per-view without a return? And after all this shit that our stepdaddy has caused this person, I can see Kill Switch coming back and keeping him from cashing in, or come back and help him cash in. It's possible because Killswitch has helped him in so many situations to get to where he's at right now. But don't count out our stepdaddy when it comes to this title. He has that contract ready for whoever. And most likely, I can see it happening with Adam Copeland, and then that will definitely continue the feud with Adam and Christian, which I mean I'm interested in seeing. But that will definitely keep John Moxley and the Death Riders away from the title scene. That's what y'all wanted, right? Y'all said y'all was tired of the Death Riders. We're probably going to go to that route. We'll see. Now, look, this pay-per-view, the card is stacked. I'm excited. I still don't know which way we're going to go in terms of this main event. Either way, I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping. I know a lot of people are ready with their pitchforks and tomatoes and everything about this main event. They want the John Moxley thing to be over. They want to see someone else be champion. A lot of people don't even really seem to be excited about this match, to be honest with you. But it is what it is. One thing I can count on is that this is going to be a really great pay-per-view. Hey, AEW, if anything, they might lose you with the build, but the matches at these pay-per-views are always fucking on point. They have an amazing roster that always show up and show out every single time. So I can't wait to see what ends up happening here at this pay-per-view. You guys put down below what your predictions are, and we'll see what we right about and what we wrong about. I will be doing a watch along with my friends for the pay-per-view. Come on by and watch us live and have a good time. We always have a good time when it comes to the live streams. If we can't pull up for that, you guys already know I'm doing a review on the show after it goes off air. You guys, I do appreciate you all watching my content. I've made it to 2,000 subscribers. I am really happy about that. And so here's to more and more subscribers and followers to just hear me talk about pro wrestling. That's all I care about. Just talk about pro wrestling. I don't know anything else in this world but pro wrestling. You guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on Sunday for Revolution. Bye.